constructed a massive concave reflective surface. It will focus the sun's beam in a deadly ray.
Hey everyone. Today I'm diving into a topic that's straight out of a sci-fi novel but quickly becoming a reality. Directed energy weapons, or DEWs. These high-tech marvels use concentrated energy like lasers or microwaves to take down targets without a single bullet. Sounds like something from Star Wars, right?
I could not have written Ready Player One if I had not grown up on a steady diet of Steven Spielberg movies. It would have been a different story, or I might not have written it at all. His work is woven into the fabric of my life. Everybody, I think, who dreams of making movies dreams of getting to work with him. It's a dream come true.
Homes have burned. Thousands more are threatened. Fires burning out of control.
At this point, I'm just holding my breath.
People dragging their suitcases, coming down the hill with their pets.
One massive inferno after another.
I'm hearing an explosion on my right. I can feel the heat from inside the car. Just the level of destruction and really the fear that a lot of those residents might be feeling.
Burning down entire Los Angeles neighborhoods. What was once a pristine poolside mansion now engulfed.
It is homes, it is people's lives going up in smoke.
And the news media reporting from inside the heat and the ash.
Oh my God. We are seeing ash fall and a lot of particles in the air.
A close call for CNN's Natasha Chen in Santa Monica.
Thankfully, we got out of there.
Jesus! Whoa! Sorry, I nearly got hit by something there.
And her colleague, Nick Watt, almost hit with flying debris in the Pacific Palisades.
We're going to have to get back. We've just watched this building just disintegrate, and a little part of that building nearly hit me there.
We have seen multiple homes, Bob and Brooke, on fire right now, and you can see there are more homes here burning.
Let's break it down. Directed energy weapons come in various forms, but the most exciting ones are laser-based. Imagine a beam of light so powerful it can melt steel or bring down drones mid-flight. Companies like Lockheed Martin and Raytheon are leading the charge in this field. Lockheed Martin's Helios system, for instance, is being designed for the US Navy to counter drone threats. It's like having a lightsaber on a warship. But how do these things work? And in simple terms, a DU focuses energy onto a target, heating it up until it fails. Lasers can burn through materials, while microwave-based DUs can fry electronics. No more solid projectiles, just pure energy doing the job.
When I read Ready Player One, it was the most amazing flash forward and flash back at the same time.
I was born in 2025, but I wish I'd grown up in the 1980s. Like Halliday and Morrow, like all my heroes.
I suddenly saw a future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. It wasn't that far away from what I think is going to happen someday.
I live here in Columbus, Ohio. In 2045, Columbus is the fastest growing city on Earth. But it sure doesn't seem like it when you live in the stacks.
There's a dystopian society and the fabric of our economy is crumbling. It's a good time to escape. So virtual reality will be a super drug.
They called our generation the missing millions. Missing not because we went anywhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere except the oasis.
Now, if you're picturing handheld laser guns, I've got some news for you. While the tech is advancing rapidly, we're still a bit away from practical handheld DWs. Most systems today are larger and designed for mounting on ships, planes, or ground vehicles. The good news? Companies are actively working on miniaturizing this tech. Think about it. Future soldiers might be equipped with laser rifles straight out of Halo.
And we're back to Washington, D.C. now, where we've got more pictures of President-elect Donald Trump there, who is there to pay tribute to former President Jimmy Carter, where he is expected to view Jimmy Carter's casket, which is lying in state at the Capitol.
You know what? Sometimes what you leave out of a story is even more interesting than what you leave in. That happened when we were in Oxford, Maryland. Learned that the pride of that old town was one Robert Morris Jr., the financier of the American Revolution. Years ago, we used to go down to the county library to get a picture of a bird like that, but now we just use the internet. That's where I found this picture here. Now, the caption said it was a shot of the Greek god Mercury handing a bag of loot to Robert Morris, the financier of the American Revolution. Well, that's just a tiny part of a much bigger picture called the Apotheosis of Washington. Now, apotheosis is a Greek word that means to make divine. In other words, this painting shows George Washington becoming a god. Now, I never knew that happened. But there it is for all to see, painted under the most famous dome in the whole country, maybe the whole world, the United States Capitol. Now, the most interesting part of this particular heaven are the folks that live in it. Now, you'd expect to see Moses and Abraham and Ezekiel and that crowd hanging around, but not a single fella from the Bible's up there. Now, Minerva, the Roman goddess of crafts and wisdom, is shown delivering an electrical generator and batteries and a printing press to Benjamin Franklin, Samuel Morse, and Robert Fulton. And Neptune, the Roman sea god, and Venus, the goddess of love, are shown helping to lay the transatlantic telegraph cable. I'll bet you they were a big help. Now, there's some other gods, but not a single prophet, apostle, or even a lower archangel in the whole 4,500 square feet.
And a few moments to reflect there from the President-elect Donald Trump and his wife Melania. President Jimmy Carter's flag-draped casket arrived at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland on Tuesday afternoon, where it was transferred to a hearse by a military procession during an arrival ceremony. His casket was then transferred to a horse-drawn carriage during a procession at the US Navy Memorial as members of the Carter family accompanied his body on its final journey to the US Capitol. So those are live pictures coming out of Washington, D.C. to honour former President Jimmy Carter.
All I know is what I read on the internet, but you hear a lot of talk these days about the religious beliefs of our founding fathers. Now, those boys may have been as devout as saints. We'll never know. One thing's for sure, you'd never tell by looking at Capitol Dome. Charles Paparella, WBOC News.
Top national stories today. Donald Trump has officially won the 2024 election. The results certified by Congress today. The results certified in the very same building attacked by Trump supporters 4 years ago in the Capitol riots. On January 6, 2021, Trump urged his supporters to march to the Capitol, telling his then Vice President Mike Pence to reject the results of the 2020 election that was won by President Joe Biden. Donald Trump's opponent in the 2024 race, Vice President Kamala Harris, presided over today's constitutional formality.
Today, I did what I have done my entire career, performing my constitutional duties to ensure that the people of America, the voters of America, will have their votes counted.
I'm going to vote blue.
Vote for who you want. This is a free dictatorship.
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
I'm grateful to have the chance to say goodbye. I am proud of you all, my X-Men.
Fate lies in our hands now. Now.
We have to stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his dream.
No matter how dark it is, we must believe in each other.
get this done by working together as a team.
Jeez, Bob. Keep buzzing in my ear.
Heads up!
To me, my X-Men. Magneto.
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
Shut down the third world. They lose, you win. Shut down America. You lose, they win. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
So what are you going to do?
Disappear.
He's entered the world code.
Raytheon, for example, is developing ultra-high-power DEWs for the US Navy and Air Force. These systems are intended to take down incoming missiles and enemy aircraft. Imagine the possibilities. Instead of firing a missile to intercept another missile, you'd simply zap it out of the sky with a focused energy beam. Now you might be wondering about the challenges. Power supply is a big one. DEWs require a lot of energy, which means developing compact, high-capacity power sources is crucial. Cooling systems are another hurdle. These weapons generate a ton of heat, and keeping them cool is no small feat. But the potential benefits are huge. DEWs offer pinpoint accuracy, reduced collateral damage, and virtually unlimited ammo, just as long as you have power. Plus, they're incredibly fast. A laser beam travels at the speed of light, making it almost impossible for targets to evade once in the crosshairs. So, while we may not have handheld laser guns yet, the future of warfare is undeniably headed in this direction. The line between sci-fi and reality is blurring more every day.
Charter City is stunned by the sudden rollout of Rook Unlimited's most fantastic device ever. The Smart Mark. Throw your other devices away, because the Smart Mark is more than just a phone. It's part of you. Use it as cash. Book your travel. And even shoot video. Distribution points are all over the city. And don't let the lines discourage you. The Rook Unlimited Smart Mark is worth the wait.
I never realized how wonderful technology could make me feel. The Smart Mark has brought order to my life.
And the best part? It's absolutely free. A gift of thanks to our city from Rook Unlimited.
23% of the population has been given the Smart Mark, number 1.
Time to test our system, number 6. The Flex Fighters are out there somewhere. Teaming up with Jonathan Rook. Let's put our new recruits to work. Subtly.
seem. Try not to understand, because it is impossible.
It's going to get more and more overtly occult as these things develop. I mean, Burning Man's totally in-your-face occult. I mean, that's just flat out, we're witches, we're here, we're New Age, we're here to work witchcraft. We're gathering together because there's more power. You know, this has been almost like programming that's been put into humanity's mind for a long time. Now it's more of a manifestation of this. This is just so far off the scale where this world is heading. The amount of time, effort, money that is being expended by Satan and his minions to implement his agenda.
A future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. I was very careful with Ernie collaborating with me every step of the way to be able to find the movie narrative inside this dense forest of Ernie's profound imagination.
The Oasis being the ultimate toy box with all the toys in the world, and then playing that with one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. It results in just amazing action and such a fun adventure.
Ernest Cline is such a visionary, and I think has seen the future before any of us possibly could even imagine it.
Fox 11's Gigi Graciette was in the middle of it all.
There are multiple burn patients. A lot of them were found on Pacific Coast Highway. Firefighters doing their best to get from one home to another, facing multiple challenges. The biggest, of course, are these winds. They are pushing the ember. The ember cast is flying anywhere from 1 mile to 5 miles away.
Cars eerily abandoned on the iconic Sunset Boulevard, looking like scenes straight out of The Walking Dead.
In Pacific Palisades, we now have a fire in Sylmar and another near Altadena.
And flying embers causing much of the destruction. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf even grabbing a nearby hose to help.
Yeah, Matthew, right there on the scene, he grabbed a garden hose he saw and then was putting out these flames.